Dum diddy yum diddy yum dum da da dum da dum 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 bum bum. Well, hello everyone, whoever, wherever, whenever you are, however you got here, whatever you're doing, whyever you're here. I'm Denise Matto, and I welcome you to another simple living frugal cooking video. Looks like the aftermath of peeling some potatoes. Um, we got what we have here is going to be potato salad. The water's brown from seasoning that I put in. It's going to be potato salad, mashed potatoes, you name it, it's there. And what I do next is I take the peels. I've already separated out anything with any little black spots. These potatoes are really nice. That's why I bought a big sack of them. And I baked half of them. I had 15 pounds. Some went to a neighbor. Some I baked. And I've got enough baked potatoes to last a month. Chop them up, grate them into hash browns, chop them into home fries, etc. Rebake them as twice baked. But then I had some more left over, so I'm doing boiled potatoes. I got the pieces ready to, boiling, ready for mashed potatoes, potato salad, and everything else. And over here, the peels, I'm going to blanch them by putting them in this and sticking this in the top of that crock pot. When it's good and hot and those potatoes are boiling, I'll blanch these, then dry them off and freeze them. And eventually, I will have the makings of some really good potato soup or potato pancakes, just finely minced. The peels are not garbage. I mean, generally you're peeling them off because, yeah, the potatoes might have spots or something. But you've washed them, they're clean, they're healthy potatoes. These peels have all the nutrition of the potato. That one goes over there. All the nutrition of the potato is under the peel, just like with apples. The peel has most of the nutrition of the apple. What's inside is basically starch. So, this can be dropped into soups just the way it is. Or, as I say, I could boil it soft and put it into some potato soup or anything. You name it, you can do it. And I've even seen in some restaurants it's a big deal to make potato fries. They take the potato peels and then deep fry them. I haven't done that, but it can be done, and it's considered a bit of a treat. So that's my frugal thing for another simple living. Beat the budget, stay fed, and oh, the other thing I wanted to say. Let me give you a look at my kitchen. Okay? Basically, this is how you set up a one room food processing center. That empty corner over there is about to receive a stand mixer. I've got it ordered. It's going to be delivered in the next few days. And I'm making my own butter. I'm going to go back into bread making, but I need a stand mixer for that. So I finally saved up enough money to get one. And this is what you need to set up a food processing center that can really supply yourself and anyone else that you care to share with. Um, Big old crock pot. I use the hot plate because the stove, it's old. It came with the apartment. I don't feel like messing with anybody about it, so I got myself a hot plate and hot water kettle. Heats up the water to boiling a lot faster than anything else. A good set of chef's knives, water filtration system, and I've got it set up for double filtering because when you're using things like Brita filters, you really should filter it twice. So I'll run it through here then put it into there. So that's once filtered water. Then I take it from there and put it back through here. This, when it's full, contains twice filtered water. So I do all my cooking and drinking from this tank, and I refill it from that tank. Um, and again, I'm doing this video for the benefit of people that are in these neighborhoods where they've been closing the big stores, Walmarts and all these others that have been closing their big grocery stores. And now people have to drive half an hour or take 2 buses and connections to get to a grocery store. Well, when you go grocery shopping, you don't buy a whole bunch of frozen pizzas and boxes of macaroni and cheese. Okay, you buy a big sack of potatoes, you buy sacks of flour, sacks of rice, and you have it set up. And if you're in a situation where, for one reason or another, you don't want everyone knowing what you're doing, this, because I'm showing you this on purpose. I'm using tabletop appliances because I want to show how you can set this up in a spare bedroom in your apartment or your house. If you don't want the world knowing what you're doing because of the way people can be, this is how you do it. Another thing I'm planning to add to this is a chest freezer, which is better than a refrigerator. I mean, you need a small refrigerator for stuff like milk and eggs, but a chest freezer, you can keep your supplies, and you can, if you do this right, you will have a year's supply of food set up for yourself and your immediate loved ones within a month or two, even if you don't have a lot of money, because the way you do it is you focus on your basics. Like I said, your potatoes, your flour, your rice, your oil. You get yourself one of those big um, boxes of oil that they sell usually at Thanksgiving. You see them everywhere because people do the turkey fryer thing. And it's Louisiana peanut oil is what I buy. It costs about $45, anywhere between $45 and $50. But I had one for over a year before I finally had to buy a second one. I just bought my second one. The other one lasted a couple months more than a year for just me. And I share it out because I got neighbors who borrow and so on. Oh, I need some oil. And I said, well, bring a small container and I'll let you have some, and we all rub each other's back. So it works out. It's community, it's family. And like I say, I'm setting this up so that, like, if you're worried about nanny goats, if you got a home, one of those household organization Bolshevik tyrannies in your neighborhood where they're going to come in and look around and say, oh my God, Shay's running a restaurant out of her house. No, they don't even have to see what you're doing. And you don't have to be feeding the public like you're running a restaurant. You're just storing up what you need and what your family needs. And maybe you're going to let a few friends know that, hey, why are you spending $5, $6 for a pound of butter? Well, yeah, it's over $4 anyway. With a stand mixer, you make your own butter. I've already started it. I tried with a hand blender, discovered that I was going to have to stay up all night blending the damn thing, and I burned the stupid hand blender out. So I went ahead and ordered the stand mixer. You can make butter in a heartbeat. Look in all the YouTube cooking videos. You can make your own Rice Krispies. You can make your own cornflakes. I mean, I'm serious. The stuff that's costing, cereals are up around $7 a box for the brand name cereals. Well, you get into the YouTube cooking videos, make whatever you're thinking of. Make it, and you're going to find half a dozen really good videos telling you exactly how to do it at home. And most of them, you can use these tabletop appliances. So even if you don't have a lot of money, you can slowly build up a collection of the right appliances. I wanted a KitchenAid stand mixer. That you can see my little live mouse trap there. I've caught about half a dozen mice in the past 2 months because they demolished a cottage next door, and all the mice that were infesting that cottage all moved in here. And what I do, I know it's going to sound cruel, but hey, it's the way of nature. When I catch the live mouse, we've also got feral cats out here. So I go outside and I say, kitty, kitty. And they see me holding the mouse trap and they come running and I let the mouse go and they have a treat. So y'all want to get mad at me for that? Go ahead. I don't care because the cats are happy. The mouse is actually, it's a lot kinder than glue traps. I used a glue trap once and that's like torturing the mouse to death. It's awful. I will never do that again. The live that catch, it's part of nature. The mouse has a chance to get away, and c'est la vie, right? The circle of life. But anyway, I digressed. The point is, if you're in the hood and you got to worry a little bit about nosy busybodies, actually, that happens more in the affluent suburban neighborhoods. That's where all the nosy busybodies live. But wherever you are, you can do this. As you see, a very small space. I mean, look at that. I got the sink. I got what, about 6 inches of counter space. I put a little bookcase there that's a cabinet that holds all my dishes. I got maybe 6 square feet of counter space. I made more counter space by putting a cutting board on top of my stove that I don't use. And I got a little chopper. I'm going to replace that with a full-size food processor when I have the money. But as you can see, waffle iron, crock pot, chopper, kettle, gonna be a stand mixer right there, and you're golden. You can keep a lot of people fed on $100 a month using this system. Well, almost done with my 15 minutes of fame. Let me know in the comments what you think, and have fun. Denise Matteau, over and out.